Hey, I'm Brian, and you're watching H.O.W Motorsports. So today on H.O.W Motorsports, we are going to be installing Trail Gear's 6-pin drive flange on a Toyota axle. Let's get started. First thing we're going to want to do is get the wheel and tire off of it. So I will remove these 8 lug nuts, which is, I'm running adapters because all of my buddies that we ride with run 8 on 6.5 wheels. So I just ran adapters and bought 8 on 6.5 wheels, so I'd always have a spare. So we will get this wheel and tire off. So now that we have the wheel and tire off, this will work either with locking hubs or with, like, this is like a factory style 2-pin drive flange. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the little dust cap, or if you're doing locking hubs, you'll remove all the locking hub mechanism. And I'm going to remove the dust cap, remove the little C-clip that holds the axle shaft in place, and then I'm going to take apart these 6 13mm bolts and then pull this apart. It's going to be a little tricky for me because I have everything siliconed up because it was leaking really bad, so a good trail fix was just for me to silicone everything up. So So now I've got these little cone washers that Toyota uses to hold their flanges off. If you have any ideas of easier way to get this off than the way I'm doing it, please let me know down below in the comments, because any tips would be definitely appreciated. So now we're going to take this flange off and get it all cleaned out. Mine has some gear oil in it because of the seal that's inside the axle is letting some gear oil by. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean it up and put it on, and then at a later time I'm going to completely go through all these axles and put all new seals and everything in it. But for right now, I'm just going to seal it up with the new flange and just ride with that for now, since it doesn't see much long driving. It's mainly just short spurts of rock crawling. So now I'm going to clean the surface up and remove these 2 pins, the 2 factory pins, because the new trail gear setup comes with new pins that we have to drill out. So I'm gonna clean that up and get this sealed up and mounted on. So now I've got this cleaned up a little bit. I'm gonna pull these pins out. Sometimes they come out easy, sometimes they don't. So now I'm gonna show y'all a wonderful mess up that I did. Trying to get the pin out, I broke one of those hardened studs off into the hub. So now I have to use a carbide bit. I'm gonna try to drill it out and put an easy out in it and hopefully can get it out. If not, I'll only be running 5 studs on my 6 studs trail gear. But this can happen to you, so be careful so you don't accidentally shear it off. So now I'm going to put a little RTV on the back of the hub, or the back of the dry flange, and install it onto the axle. And then I'm usually a little generous with RTV, so I want to RTV the cap on so it doesn't go anywhere. So I got my RTV. Now we get our little C-clip. Take your C-clip. Install it back in. I use a little brass hammer. Clean everything up a little bit. Next step is I send you a drill bit to drill out for the dowel pins, the 6 dowel pins that it comes with. So what I did was I took a measurement of the dowel pin plus the flange, so I know exactly, and then put a mark on my drill bit to know exactly how deep I need to drill each one of these holes. and then you drill the holes and you tap in the dowel pins.
Now we have the 6-bolt dry flanges, the trail gear dry flanges installed. All we have to do is reinstall the tires and wheels, and we are ready to go.
So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe, hit that bell, and like always, get out there and build something.